Now, the former Nigerian Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu, his wife, and a doctor have all been found guilty of trafficking a man to Britain for harvesting organs. Mr. Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and Dr. Obina Obeta plan to remove the kidney of a 21-year-old man from Lagos and give it to their daughter, who has a kidney disease. They are the first people to face charges for organ trafficking under Britain's modern slavery laws. Well, our ICE correspondent Lape Olarinoye has been monitoring this case, and she joins me now live from London. Good to see you, Lape. Tell us more about this case in which this very senior Nigerian politician, former Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu, and his wife were at the heart of it.
Certainly, it's been a long 6 weeks for the family. That is, of course, Mr. Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and this third person, what the British courts are describing as a medical middleman, who essentially facilitated this organ trafficking, the facilitation of a young boy from Nigeria to the UK for his organ to be harvested. He is Dr. Obina Obeta and is said to be a family friend to the Ekweremadus. Of course, the fourth person that was on trial was also daughter Sonia Ekweremadu, 25-year-old promising student who is at the center of this case. She, of course, was cleared of all charges, but the other three, who are being described as a trio, have all been charged with organ trafficking. Like you rightly pointed out there, the first defendants ever to be found guilty under the UK's Modern Day Slavery Act. Now, if we cast our mind back to last year, sometime in May, June, the former Deputy Senate President was accosted at London Heathrow, where he was accused of facilitating the movement of one person, this young man who can't be named for legal reasons, to the UK for his organ to be harvested for his dying daughter. Of course, his wife was said to be an accomplice, and they were both arraigned at the time. Since then, his wife Beatrice has been on bail, and of course, Mr. Ekweremadu stayed in detention. Now, it's been a very tumultuous case for the family, considering the technicalities of it. Modern Day Slavery Act is a very recent act in the UK, and of course, this is why they're the first people to be detained.
Right, so they've now been found guilty. I mean, what kind of sentence are they likely to face in Britain? I mean, are they looking at jail time, for example?
Well, for now, it's unclear what the sentence will look like, but based on legal kind of history and legal acts in the UK, anything to do with Modern Day Slavery Act or human trafficking per se can face anything up to 14 years imprisonment. So far, there are a lot of complications around this case, considering they aren't been found guilty of human trafficking. They've been found guilty of organ trafficking. And I've spoken to several lawyers who have told me that actually their case falls more into the Organ Tissue Act, which is where somebody's organ is, of course, harvested, which is what they've actually been found guilty for. That sentencing could be far different. They could face anywhere from 12 months to 3 years. And of course, we know that Mr. Ekweremadu has spent nearly a year in detention, but we won't know the exact sentence until the 5th of May. But whichever way it goes, it will be something quite lengthy.
Yes, it certainly sounds like it. And do we know, Lape, what has happened to this victim, this potential donor? Is he back in Nigeria, or is he still in the UK? I mean, there have been reports suggesting he's in the care of a charity in Britain.
It's a really interesting question you asked there, Charles, because when I was following this case right from the beginning last year, he initially we were told that he was under the age of 18. That's what he told the police officers that looked after him during this time. Later, the second hearing, we were told he was actually confirmed to be 21 years of age, and his name was circulating. We were allowed to name him. And of course, fast forward to now, he's now not being allowed to be named for legal medical reasons, which are unknown to most of us reporting this story. I suspect that it's to protect his identity, it's to protect him as a person and to give him some sort of safety. When we were reporting late last year, we were told that he was in the care of foster carers. Like you rightly said, it could be a charity, but so far he is under the care of the state, and therefore still is in the United Kingdom. I suspect he will be here to protect him, and there are reports that he has raised alarm over his safety if he was to return to Nigeria.
Lape, thanks very much indeed, and thank you very much for bringing us that story. Lape Olarinoye is a RISE correspondent, and she was talking to me there from London.